What's going on YouTube? It's Andy, and today I'm going to be showing you guys the trading strategy that I use in order to make $1,000 in one day on Robinhood. So let's get right into it. So the way that I was able to make $1,000 was by trading options. Now you guys might not know what trading options is, but that's okay. However, there is a lot to learn about trading options, so if you guys don't know what it is, this video is probably not going to teach you everything about trading options, but I will be going over the basic introduction so you guys get exposed to what trading option is and just the general idea of what it is. Now, if you guys want me to make an advanced tutorial on how to trade options and all the things that go on it, just let me know in the comments below and I might make a video on that. So before we go into an example of what trading options is, so you guys get a better understanding of what it is, I'm gonna be telling you guys why I decided to start trading options. So when I first started investing, I thought to myself, what did I want out of investing? So there's different ways of investing. So the most common way is to buy some stocks and hold it for years and years and never look back. With that type of investing, you only get a certain amount of percentage back. So normally it's around 10% per year that you get in return. However, I didn't really have a lot of money to start with, and I didn't have a way to keep adding to my portfolio because I don't have a job. So I decided to go with trading options because with trading options, you don't need a huge initial investment. It doesn't really matter how much you start with. If you have $10, $100, $1,000, you can always make a ton of money trading options. So the other way to invest your money is by trading stocks. However, trading stocks is more difficult to do if you have smaller amounts of money to begin with. Don't get me wrong, you can still trade stocks if you have small amounts of money, but it's just gonna take you more time to grow your portfolio. So for me personally, I was like, screw that, I don't wanna trade stocks. I want something fast and see my portfolio grow exponentially. The other thing to keep in mind is when you're day trading stocks, you only have a limit to 3 day trades unless you have a portfolio of over $20,000, which is not something that I had. So if you guys are in the same boat as me and you guys don't have a large amount of money to begin with, trading options is probably your best bet. However, keep in mind that trading options is also the more risky option out of the 3. So don't get me wrong guys, there's a ton of different options where you can invest your money. For example, you can invest it in real estate, but these are the 3 main ways that I looked at investing my own money, and I decided that trading options was probably the best route for me. So at this point in time, I knew that I wanted to trade options. So an option is a contract that allows an investor to buy or sell a stock at a predetermined price over a period of time. Now that might not really make a lot of sense to you, but we're gonna go over an example of what it looks like to trade options. So let's get on our phones. So the first thing that you guys want to do is to download the Robinhood app. It's a free app that you can use to buy or sell stocks, and I definitely would recommend it. It's a really easy to use app, and I'm gonna show you guys exactly how you use it to trade options. Also, if you guys don't have Robinhood yet, if you guys use my referral, I'll put the link in the description. You guys can get a free stock, and the stock can be up to $300 or $500 or something like that. I know you can get like a free Apple stock which is worth like $300, so I definitely recommend you guys doing that. Alright, so once you guys have installed Robinhood, it's gonna look something like this when you open it up. So it's a very easy platform to use. So the top number is how much you're currently investing. So right now I'm investing personally $2,200. The number below it is how much I made in one single day. So I made a profit of $1,100, which is over 100% of what my portfolio was worth at that time. And if you guys just look at my 1 month, I was able to make 160% of what I put in, which is actually an insane amount. Sorry about my dog, guys. So now you have to choose a stock that you want to trade with. So personally for me, I like trading with a lot of tech stocks because I know relatively if they're doing good or doing bad. So if you hit this middle button, this is the search bar where you can search the stock that you want to trade with. So we are going to use Apple as an example. So just search up Apple, and then you click on Apple right here. So once you have this pulled up, you'll be able to see the stock price and also the chart history of the prices. So Apple currently is $286.10. So once you know the stock price, you have to make a prediction whether you think that the stock price is going to go up or go down. This is the main concept of trading options because you have to make a prediction. It's like gambling whether you think the price is going to go up or go down. However, there's a lot of different things to minimize that risk. So in this example, we're going to predict that Apple goes up in price. So what you have to do is hit on this trade right here and then you hit on trade options. If you just downloaded Robinhood, you have to enable enable options on your Robinhood account first. So once you've done that, hit trade options, and then you have to choose a expiration date on the top right here. I will explain what the expiration date is in a little bit, but for now we're gonna choose a random date. Let's just choose April 3rd. On the left right here, you're gonna see a bunch of different prices. This is called the strike price. So what the strike price is the price you predict that the stock price is going to be. So for example, if we choose this $300 call right here, we expect Apple to be $300 by the expiration date. To make more sense of what that means is on April 3rd, Apple has to be at least $300 in order for you to make a profit. So the way you can make this profit is, for example, say you buy this $300 call. If Apple becomes $310 on April 3rd, you can buy 100 shares of Apple at $300. But now that Apple is $310, you would have made $10 profit multiplied by 100 because that's how much shares you can buy. So 10 times 100 is 1,000. So you would have made $1,000 profit if Apple has gone up $10 above your call price. However, you also have to keep in mind the premium price, which is on the right here. So the premium price to buy this stock is $9.95. However, since when you buy a contract, you have to multiply it by 100 because that's the amount of shares you're buying. So one contract will cost $995. So hopefully this gives you a general idea of what trading options is. It's not going to give you all the details. However, I'd recommend just looking at some YouTube tutorials on how trading options is and how all of these prices are calculated, because trading options is very in-depth. However, this is just going to give you the exposure to what trading options is like. So to go over what I just said, if you bought a 300 call option on April 3rd, you would have to expect Apple to be above $300 on April 3rd. It's a pretty easy concept, and buying a put option, which is right over here, is the exact opposite. So you expect Apple to go down in price when you buy a put option, and it just has to be below that amount. And also keep in mind that you can sell these contracts whenever you want. So just the general idea is, if you buy a call option, if the price of the stock is going up, you're gonna make money. And if the price is going down and you have a put option, you're gonna make money. So hopefully that makes sense. And if it does, good. If it doesn't, watch some YouTube tutorials on how to trade options, and I would definitely recommend that. If you guys want me to make some videos where I go more slowly and more in depth, then I will do that. Just let me know and I'll be able to do that for you guys. Whew, that was a lot of talking. Hopefully you guys are not bored by now. So now we are done with the example of how to trade options. We're gonna go over exactly how I was able to make $1,000 in one day. Alright guys, so this is gonna be the most important part of the video because I'm gonna be showing you guys the exact trades that I made in order to do this. And hopefully you guys can take something away from this and just the strategy that I used. So as you guys can see on my phone, the first play that I made was an Apple play. And the date was March 5th, which is a Thursday, which is really important because I'll explain it in a little bit. But I bought 10 put contracts right here. I bought 10 contracts for 80 cents each, and there were gonna be a total of $800. So I was risking $800, but I knew that if the price of that goes down below 500, I was just gonna take the loss. But good thing that it didn't. So on March 5th, I bought these contracts when the stock price of Apple was going up. So when the stock price goes up in something, I knew that the put premiums were gonna be low. So I took advantage of the timing and I bought them when they were low and that I thought I was gonna get a good price on them. And the reason why this date was important because it's a Thursday, and I predicted coming in on Friday that stock prices are gonna crash because people didn't wanna hold their stocks over the weekend. And during our current state of the market, everything was extremely volatile. And just with all the coronavirus news and everything like that, I predicted that everything was gonna decrease the next day. So the timing was really important on this because I bought these contracts when the premium was very low, and I predicted that everything was gonna crash, which I then sold all of the contracts the next day for $1.45 each. So as you can see, I made a huge profit. I think I made around $500 just doing this single trade. And the important strategy that I used here was timing and knowing how the markets are going to react on Fridays and just with the current news. So personally, I would recommend to always stay on top of the news and just having the right timing when you plan on buying these contracts. So the next play that I made was TOT, and TOT is a 20 plus year treasury bond ETF. Therefore, if bond prices are increasing, TOT is going to increase with it. And the other thing about TOT is when interest rates go down, then bonds go up, causing TOT to go up and vice versa. So if interest rates go up, then TOT goes down. And I'm not sure if you guys are aware, but the Fed cut interest rates by 0.5 point, causing TOT to go up extremely drastic. Right here, as you can see, TOT prices went from $157 to around $167. So for me personally, when I saw that the Fed cuts the rate, I knew that TOT prices were going to go up. So on March 5th, right here, on this date, as you guys can see, I bought TOT contracts. So let's go to my history. So as you guys can see in my price history, I bought 10 TOT contracts for a total of $216. The next day, TOT went up so much that I was able to sell them for 97 cents a pop, which relates to $970 when I sold all of them. Now, this was probably the biggest increase I've had yet, and the craziest thing is when I sold these, I sold them in the morning, but at the end of the day, the price doubled. So I could have made double what I made here. I wanted to secure my profits and I sold them right away because I didn't want TOT to go back down. And I should have just held on to it because I would have made double what I made on this day. So the craziest thing is the Feds are going to have another meeting where they're planning to cut more interest rates. So if you guys planning on trading options, this is your time. This is your time to make a ton of money because I plan on buying more TOT because I predict the TOT stocks to go up even more. So since I just sold everything out, as you guys can see, I have 2,200 total right now. I plan to going back in on TOT when the prices are lower. So right now the prices for TOT premiums are extremely high. So once they start lowering, I'm going to go and buy more because the Fed meetings are going to cut interest rates next week with a high probability. So the biggest thing to take away from my trading strategy is to always stay on top of the news. This is the biggest thing to do because the news directly affect the price of stock prices. So for example, if you know that something bad is going to happen, stock prices are going to go down. So for example, over the weekend, there's been a ton of corona-related deaths. So that means that the stock prices that I predict are going to be going down on Monday. The other important thing to take away is to buy contracts when the premium prices are low. And to figure out if the premium prices are low is you want to compare it to the previous days and to see if the prices are low. Because if you buy a contract and the premium prices is high, there's a very high chance that you won't make any profit. So you have to keep that in mind if you guys are planning on trading options. Having the perfect timing is extremely important. And the other thing that I want you guys to do is to paper trade. When you're paper trading, you don't have to worry about losing real money, so you can experiment. You can learn a lot of valuable lessons paper trading because say you lose $100, it's not real money. But if you make a lot of money, you can use that strategy when you're trading with real money. For me personally, I paper traded for around a week before I started putting in real money, which taught me a lot of valuable things about timing and also just how to trade options. And the last thing that I want you guys to do is to do a lot of research on how to trade options. If you guys know everything there is to trading options, this is going to increase your probability of making profits exponentially. If you guys know what spreads are and everything that you need to know about options, it's gonna be a lot easier for you guys. So that is the reasons why I decided to go with those two plays with Apple and TOT, and that's how I was able to generate that amount of profit. And honestly, this is not gonna work every single time just because markets are always changing and the news is always going to change. So I'd recommend you guys just learning your own strategy and just taking these small advice into your own strategy. So around last month, guys, I really didn't know anything there was to trading, and I was able to learn everything about trading online. And I'm still learning constantly every day. I'm trying to keep up with everything. And it's a really fun process, but you guys just have to put in time and not give up. It might seem intimidating at first, guys, but it's really not. It's really straightforward and it's pretty easy as long as you guys just continually to learn how to do it. Now, if you guys are new to trading options and you start losing money, don't give up, because those are valuable lessons that you could use to enhance your strategy. Every now and then you might lose $100, but that's not really a lot in the grand scheme of things, because you're gonna be making over $100 next time you profit. So you have to take all the times that you lose money as lessons to enhance your strategy and to get better. So if you guys have never traded options before, right now is probably one of the best times to get into trading options, just because the markets are extremely volatile. So you can take advantages when stock prices go up or when stock prices go down. When you're trading options, volatility is extremely good because you can take advantage of the increases in premium prices. And with increases in volatility, you also have to be careful because you can lose a lot of money if you're not doing it correctly. Alright guys, so that'll be it for the video. Hopefully you guys can take something from this. Hopefully you guys learned something. If you guys didn't know what trading options is, hopefully you guys know what trading options kind of is now. And just being exposed to what the investing world has to offer for you guys. So if you guys have any questions, just feel free to leave it in the comments below. I'll reply to every single one of you guys. And if you guys have any recommendations for what my next video can be about, leave it in the comments below and I'll be reading all of them. If you guys learned something from this video, please hit the like button. And if you guys want to see future content from me about how to make more money, hit the subscribe button. And I'll see you guys next time. Let's go, baby! Woo!